Welcome to another edition of 1036 here on Milwaukee PBS. I'm your host, Portia Young. You may recall former First Lady Michelle Obama's recent visit to Milwaukee to talk about her book, Becoming. She also made a stop at Milwaukee Collegiate Academy to talk with some high school juniors.
You guys are good. Yeah. I just saw you.
Two of those students will join us shortly to talk about meeting the former First Lady and how their lives have changed since that day. Right now, we're going to talk about some other students, their love of music, and their love and respect for the man who's directed them and their predecessors for the past 50 years. At the age of 82, UW Marching Band Director Michael Leckrone says it's time to retire the baton. His legacy has touched so many. That's why we've decided to dedicate a significant amount of time to telling his story. One thing's for certain, Mike Leckrone wants us all to know how much happiness has resulted from being the man out front.
Trombone. Intense is a great word to use. There is no letting up. It does not matter what the weather is. It doesn't matter whether it's hot, cold, raining, snowing. Unless there's lightning, there's going to be a rehearsal.
Mike has a vision of what he wants on Saturday. He has arranged all the music, he's done all the charting, and he is very focused on what he thinks perfection is and how he thinks he can get people there.
What I think a lot of people don't know is that with him, on stage, he's the showman, and at rehearsal he can be the great motivator, but outside of that, he's a rather reserved, quiet person, so he has this ability to kind of adapt to different situations.
I don't sense a sense of urgency as you play it. I wanted to be a part of the Big Ten because I thought that's where the best bands were. I thought that then, I think that now. I had been at Butler University as the band director for 3 years. I had been the assistant band director at Butler for about 7 years prior to that. And I thought, this was a job that I could probably stay at the rest of my life. And then you get ambitious. Match legs. I applied for the job at Wisconsin, and I eventually got it, and it was really that simple. And when I came in '69, things were at a low ebb, but I looked at it as sort of a sleeping giant. I thought, well, here's some place that I can try some things and build some things. And so I came in at a time where all the bands in the Big Ten were marching what we call a high-step move. I looked at it and I thought, I want more energy out of what the stride is. It was a little too smooth. So I started having the band not put the emphasis on putting the foot down, but put the emphasis on bringing the foot up. And as you bring it up, stop slightly. And as I saw it happen, there was a great deal of energy that came out of the band. And then I said, that's the style I want. And the people who were involved, both at the university and the students, wanted to see something happen, and so that made it a lot easier. Come on!
I'll never forget that first day before I tried out, watching them rehearse, and just the sound that was coming, and the intensity, and watching them move. was something that I definitely had never seen before in my entire life. It's honestly an understatement to say that it changed me in just seeing them, and this is it. Like, I gotta do this. I gotta do whatever it takes to make sure I get into this band.
Up on the tower, he has so much energy.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And I think that's pretty infectious with all of us. So he'll, be up there yelling, telling us to do better or whatever. And then he'll throw in a couple jokes every now and then.
Just like we've always done it.
Okay, you're right.
One, I'm always right.
You're right.
1, 2, 3, and 4, and.
The first time I met him was at my playing audition my freshman year, and coming in and playing in front of somebody that's so experienced, just a little nerve-wracking, but he was so nice.
Kind of cute, tiny man where you really wouldn't expect like a lot of intensity from him, but throughout the whole entire tryout week, that was the only thing that we got. Even though he demands such a high work ethic, does it with such pride, but also a sense of humility.
Yeah, one more time. Last time. 1, 2, da 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 da. From the beginning, horns are down, it's lazy play. 14 again, 1, and right on 14. We're going to do the turnaround again for the first 2 ranks on the end.
The repetition that sometimes gets to be a little bit old. Once you get to the show, the kids appreciate what's been going on, and they know it's really needed. One more time, I was made a positive influence, and I think that's probably the top thing that has affected some of the things I do.
We're going to do it again for the first 2 lines. The lesson that you have to learn is that you have to be serious about what you do, but you can't take yourself too seriously. And in order to have fun, you got to be good.
My first meeting with Mike was actually on something that they call a run-out concert at my high school. And I said, hey, Mike, I'm going to play tuba in your band one day. And I'm sure he was like, haha, yeah, right.
I want to start with All Night Long. There's still a spot at the very beginning, at letter A, trombones, you don't play like you know what's supposed to happen.
When Mike came to the university in 1969, there used to be a line in the timetable that said, marching band men only, so Mike took that out. And it still took until the 70s before there were women in the marching band. When I auditioned in 1986, there hadn't been any women tuba players yet. So I made an appointment with Mike, and I said, hey, I really want to try out for the band, I want to play the tuba. Mike said the best thing possible. He was like, oh, well, I'm not opposed to having women in the tuba section, it's just that no one's ever made it through Reg Week before. And I went, oh. It clearly wasn't a Mike problem, it was just that what the band does is very physical and the tuba is kind of a bigger instrument. And I still remember the day I saw my name on that list that I made the band. That was one of my best days ever.
My dad started me out as a percussionist because I didn't have any permanent teeth, and he said, well, you should be playing something to get some sense of rhythm. And once I had my permanent teeth in, I sort of gravitated to the trumpet as a sort of a glamorous instrument, and that was the instrument that I played all the way through high school and college, so that's my instrument. I haven't played for many, many years. And that may be all you get, but it shows that I still could do it if I had to. I'll miss the fun of the kids. I mean, that's the part that I know I'm going to miss as much as anything, because they're so much fun to be around, and they don't allow me to feel like an old man, which I am. I have a feeling doing the parade tonight, it'll dawn on me that, this is it. This is the last time I'm going to get to do this, and I'm glad that I can see the end, but I'm also sad that I can see the end. The 50th year did play a part in it. The fact that it's such a nice number to say you made it for half a century, that has some special, I guess, feeling to it. The other thing was I had some heart surgery, and I decided I was going to prove that I could come back, and I wanted to prove that I could leave and still could do the job. I think that's to me, that's very important, that I didn't wait until people told me I should quit, and maybe some people have intimated that up to this point. In my own mind, I could do this job for another 2 or 3 years and do it successfully. I use a lot of slogans during the course of the year, and one of the slogans is Eat a Rock, and if Eat a Rock is sort of my message that if you have to be tough enough that when something is difficult, you don't back away from it, you try to attack it. And we talk about the fact that they're not going to gain perfection, because perfection is almost impossible. In the show that we've been working on, they're not going to do it perfectly tomorrow. I've never seen a perfect halftime show. But they're going to strive for that perfection, and that's really what I hope they understand. And to see the progress that they make from week to week and show to show, that's the fun of what I do.
Mike pushes the band very hard. It's always been his style, but he only pushes us to what we can do. He might seem like he's really tough on the band, but honestly, he's always had a real soft spot for us, and he really cares about us. He's got the dance floor. He's got the dance floor.
If you know anything about Mike, he is a man of routine. He and I take the same walk to the Union South from Humanities on every game day. You have to cross the street at a certain direction.
Well, I'm a creature of habit. I'm shamelessly addicted to traditions and so forth. But I have a whistle I've had for 35 years. It doesn't work as well as it used to, so I have one that I use regularly, but I always carry the 35-year-old one because it was a part of it. I have a tie clip that was given to me that I wear all the time for performances, and it's one of those things when I don't have it on, it feels like I'm not dressed fully. And I have a pair of cufflinks that have a W on it that I wear. I lost my wife, and I carry a picture every time we perform. I always have one with me. Of refraining from using the word superstition, but let's face it, that's what it is. I got a lot of superstitions about what I need to have with me all the time.
There's an arrangement Mike did, a Woody Herman arrangement of Fanfare for the Common Man. That's just a great piece. If I hear that song, I would definitely think about Mike and the band.
I'm gonna have to say Sing, 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 because his arrangement is awesome. And also the marching show is really cool.
On Wisconsin. I mean, he's been around for almost half of the song's existence itself, so if there's anyone that should be remembered with On Wisconsin, it's definitely Mike.
John Philip Sousa called it the greatest of all college marching songs. And who's going to argue with John Philip Sousa? But it was very well written. It has that little 4-note motive at the beginning that's very singable. It lasts in your memory. So it's got to be the one that, when I hear it, I mean, it strikes memories of a lot of things that have happened to me over the years.
Last May, I made a decision. This is going to be my last year. You've provided me with so many moments of happiness. I can't even begin to state it. But I will tell you, those moments of happiness are what have gotten me through any difficult time. I hope it can do it for you too.
The day that I told the band that this was to be my last year, the adjective that just jumped in my head right now was it was awful. It was a day that I dreaded. I knew I was going to have to do it. I knew it was inevitable. It was going to come. But I didn't want to do it.
He wanted to let the band know first. He wanted to deliver that message because he wanted them to hear it from him. And I think, one, that shows a lot about what the band means to him, and you know, he also means a lot to them. So a lot of the students, after the initial shock, they took it as, you know, let's make this a great year.
I think for me personally, as the drum major, it really just kind of like fueled this new fire within me to want to be really, really good and just the best that I could be, even more than before. Just made it that much more so necessary, I think, for everyone to think that, well, this is the last time we're going to do this together.
The score, Wisconsin 49, Illinois 20.
And regardless of win or loss, everybody feels good about the fact that we've had this moment together. And it is a special moment because when you sing Varsity, that's such a meaningful song to anybody who's from Wisconsin. It always grabs me regardless of when it is. The band has its own legacy. The band has its own, I mean, what I did, I tried to contribute to it. But there were people before me who contributed to it. Ray Dvorak contributed to it. Major Morphic contributed to it. A man named Jim Christensen. They all contributed to that. And I look at people that I know were in the band when I first got here, and I can't help but think, how did they get so old? But it doesn't seem like it's been 50 years because I have such vivid memories of things that have happened, and I look back and they happened in 1975 or 1981 or things like that, and I think it can't have been that many years ago. But I guess that's a good sign. I guess it's a sign that I've kind of enjoyed what I'm doing, and I take it as a good omen. Is that the blues? How many think that's the blues? How many are sure it's not the blues? People have asked me a lot what I'm going to do next, and I don't have a really solid idea because I've been so busy up to this point I haven't had a chance to step back. But it's not the blues because it doesn't fall into that 12-bar structure that we talked about the other day. I would like to continue doing some guest conducting for various bands around the state. If not necessarily do a lot of guest conducting, at least put in my 2 cents worth about what I think the value of music is in public education and in school systems. And these things need to be maintained. They're very important to what people had growing up, and they need to be part of our educational system. So that's probably one of the things that I will occupy myself a little bit with.
2, 3. Working with somebody with the amount of experience that he has, I don't know if I'll ever work alongside somebody who's been doing the same job for 50 years. There's just a wealth of experiences and knowledge that come with being involved with a program and being a band director and a professor for that long.
Mike!
An old song from Music Man. And you might remember the line is, how can there be any sin in sincere? And you're sincere about what you do. And that's why I'm so proud of what you do. The other line is, what is the good in goodbye? There ain't none. There ain't none.
I'll miss the students more than anything else because they have to see them grow, to see them have fun, to experience what I always refer to when I talk to the students about enjoy the moments of happiness. I will miss seeing those people experience those moments because I've experienced them all with them, and I'll miss enjoying that with them in the future.
Band, what is a slogan for life? Beats around. What's the measure? Always the measure. And on Wisconsin.
Thank you for your work, and thank you, Mike. Band dismissed!
Congratulations, Mike. Well-deserved send-off. In case you're wondering, the UW Marching Band is a one-credit class at UW-Madison at the Meade-Witter School of Music. Speaking of class and hard work, joining me now are two high school juniors who recently had the honor of visiting with former First Lady Michelle Obama, who was in town last month for her book tour. Welcome to twins Arielle and Arianna Williams, who attend the Milwaukee Collegiate Academy on Milwaukee's North Side. Thank you for being here on 1036. I can't imagine that you got this opportunity with Mrs. Obama. First of all, what was that like, Arielle?
It was breathtaking. Like, it felt so unreal. Everything was it just seemed like it wasn't for real. Like, it was amazing.
Crazy.
It was amazing.
It was really motivational for me. Hearing her stories, hearing about how similar we are, gave me like the motivation, like, okay, I could be as a good role model as she is, you know.
A lot of what's in my book is I write about, my journey and where I was at your age and the struggles and the fears that I had. So whenever I can be a resource, I want to be that.
You both have gone to this wonderful program through College Possible.
Mm-hmm.
You would be the first generation in your family to attend college, and I will say you guys have had a 4.0 GPA ever since you've been in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That is amazing. I mean, I should just give you applause
Thank
for
you.
that.
Thank you.
So talk about that, being the first in your family to go to college. What does that feel like?
It feels like something that I have to do. Like, I want to break the chain. I want to let my family know that it can be something different. Everything doesn't have to be the same for everyone.
Yeah. I don't want it to be repetitive, you know? I feel like the key to be successful is college. You won't get as many opportunities without college. You have to go to college, and I don't want to be limited of things to do because I didn't go. And I don't want to keep going, being repetitive, not going to college, or just not being able to make it. I want to make my grandmother proud, my mom proud, my dad. So.
Was there anything that the former First Lady told you about college or about achievement that you really grasped onto and you said, yep, that's going to stay with me?
Yes, Mrs. Obama said, and I quote, that you're going to have bumps in the road. And I know that she showed a lot of resilience throughout all the obstacles that she faced. And she gave us hope. She gave me and Arianna hope because as a black woman, you face a lot of obstacles in today's society. And she just gave us all hope. And she became the First Lady.
Yeah.
So that lets us know that we can do it too.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, she shows a lot of resilience. She lets us know that she goes through things too. Like, as great as she is, she has problems too. And she was really down to earth. She let us know that it's okay to go through some things. It's just about how resilient you are to bounce back from those things. So.
That's a great, great message. And I know that you right now are reading Becoming Michelle Obama with your mom. First off, how is that going?
It's going good.
Okay.
We love it.
Love it.
Okay. And did she sign the books for you? Or
Yes,
yes.
she signed the inside of it.
Can we see? Yeah. And what does it say there?
I think they say the same.
To Arielle. To Arielle, all the best. Michelle
All the best.
Obama.
Michelle Obama, the same thing.
Okay, so you're taking sticky notes. What are you learning about becoming Michelle Obama?
So we made notes of some of the our takeaways, like things that motivates us and just
or really sticks out to us.
Yes.
So what are some of those things?
She talked about it in chapter 6. It was about her disadvantages. So her being in college, she noticed how all the wealthy kids were able to get $1,000 of training for SAT or ACTs, and she didn't have that training. She said that it's like playing a piano or playing an instrument with broken keys, but you have to play it as well as everyone else. Like, she didn't have the same advantages as everyone, but yet she's still pushing through. I feel like
resilience.
Yeah, yeah, that relates to me. I'm not wealthy, but I'm at a disadvantage, versus someone in suburban school, but we still have to push through. Just be resilient about it.
What do you want to be when you post-college?
I want to be a lawyer. I want to study law and justice. I'm still debating on if I really want to study, if I want to be a criminal lawyer or a business lawyer.
Got it. Okay. And
I want to take it up for business. I want to start my own business. Not sure yet, but I know I want to have my own business.
Thank you, Arielle. Thank you, Arianna, for being with us here on 1036, and good luck in your college career.
Thank you for having us.
Well, next month, we do have a very powerful 1-hour special coming up in May. It's on youth and mental health in our partnership with the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Kids in Crisis series. Please watch May 16th at 7:30 p.m. as we air a gripping and inspiring documentary, You're Not Alone, followed by a half-hour of interactive discussion on the topic of youth and mental health. We will also have a special screening of the documentary on Monday evening, May 13th at Pius XI Catholic High School. Please check MilwaukeePBS.org and our Facebook page for upcoming details. That'll do it for this edition of 1036. We'll see you next time.